Champion Summit. My name is Kamaria Richmond, and I'm the founder of Kamaria Richmond Media and the producer and host of the Stroke Diva Fabulous Show. I'm so excited to be here today to share my story with you. On my podcast, I talk a lot about today's topic, resilience and overcoming challenges. And let me set the stage for you to kind of start from the beginning. In 2004, I was sick a lot that year. And in November, I had a stroke, which threw me for a loop. I was at the tender age of 37. And before that, I had been living my best life, living life like it was golden. So a stroke at the age of 37 was definitely not part of the plan. But that's where my resilience muscle learned to shape and take form. And I've had so many amazing stories with overcoming this challenge. And I'm going to share those with you today. But let me go back a little bit more back to 2004 and the stroke. I had to learn how to do the fundamentals all over again, which was reading and writing and walking and talking. I had years of therapy, which included eye therapy, speech, the physical, the mental, the cognitive. And cognitive is still a big one for me today. So please bear with me. As a stroke survivor, sometimes my memory is a little shaky. So I will refer to my notes from time to time. But on this pivotal journey that I've been on, it's been emotional, it's been physical, but it's been part of my journey. And in 2011, my sorority sister, Ananda Leek, and we're members of Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated, launched my podcast, The Stroke Diva Fabulous Show. And it was thrilling and exciting and a little scary because I didn't know anything about being online and connecting with folks globally. But I made it through. And I've been doing my podcasts for 13 seasons. That was a pivotal moment for me. I had another in 2014. I met the incredible Mr. Ed Brown, and he is or was a pillar in the community, Prince George's County, Maryland. And Mr. Brown had heard my story and invited me to be on his television program. He was like, who and what is a stroke diva? And what is a podcast? He was much older, but still really with the times. And after that chance meeting, I said to Mr. Brown, my major was radio, television, and film. I have some challenges, but I want to get back in the studio and I'd love to volunteer on your show. He said, great, I'll see you next Wednesday. And so me and my mother, every Wednesday for the next 4 years, were at the award-winning Ed Brown show. And when he passed, God bless his soul, his family wanted me to continue his legacy. And in 2018, I became the associate producer and host of the award-winning Ed Brown television show. So I share those stories as part of how my resilience muscle began to strengthen, because each time I had to do something new, it was a little scary, but I decided I was going to roll with the punches. And that's the one thing for me about being resilient and overcoming challenges, is that I decided to do that head on, confront the challenge and adversity head on. And it's made me a lot stronger. Now, I'd like to talk to you about some steps that I've used in this journey and this process to help strengthen that muscle. And this is when I'm definitely going to look at my notes, but these are action steps that I pray you can use in your own daily life to help overcome adversity. One, and I've labeled these as like principles for my life, principles for the stroke diva. One, acknowledge and confront adversity head on. As I mentioned, it makes the path a lot smoother and a lot lighter. Two, embrace adversity. We are all going to face a challenge at some point in our lives, and embracing adversity helps you to really grow and to really stretch. It's actually become a foundation in my daily practice. Three, build community. And community is so important. I'm someone that needs to connect with community because you need folks in your corner when times get tough. And for me, it's always been my family, my friends, my church family, and organizations that I'm a part of. As I mentioned, I'm in a sorority, but I'm also a member of Grow Your Biz, which is a global community of women entrepreneurs, the Paris Fan Club, for those of us who like to delve into all things French. It's a lot of fun. And just recently, I became a member of Black Door Society, an organization for women of color that's really focused on connection and sisterhood and legacy building. So community is so important on your journey. Four, cultivate emotional intelligence. And that just means that as you're going through your challenge or adversity, that you do it with clarity. Take the time, go within, and just breathe. Five, develop problem-solving skills. Now, for someone who has had a brain injury, problem-solving skills can be a bit tricky. But for me, it just means that I focus on what I can control. Life can throw you a curveball at any moment, and it's how you respond to the challenge is what helps you to grow and to stretch. And stretch is one of my favorite words. I've always believed that anything that happens to us is happening for us. And with that, I believe that whatever is happening, it's happening for my highest and greatest good. So folks with strong problem skills are definitely resilient. Six, adaptability and flexibility. I've had to learn how to do this in a major way because you never know what's coming your way. And with adaptability and flexibility, you have to be able to adjust your plans. I had so many plans in my life, and I had to start over. I had to start from scratch. I had to overcome the challenge, but be patient and be kind with yourself. Seven, self-care. And self-care is so important. As we know, you can't help anyone else unless you've helped yourself first. So take the time that you need to retreat if you need to. Have a spa day. Go on a fabulous trip. Meditate. Exercise. Work on nutrition. Anything that keeps your creative juices flowing is what's going to give you that oomph to keep moving. 8, learn from your setback. And I love the title of this whole Comeback Champion Summit because for every setback, you are set up for a win, for a comeback, and a champion emerges. And with looking at your setbacks, look at them as an opportunity for growth and renewal and recovery. I know there were times, I'm sure, now the thing with having a brain injury, you don't remember everything, but I'm sure that there were times I said to myself, woe with me, or why me? But I really tried to focus on the big picture of getting better. My recovery was so important to me that I wanted to keep it moving forward. And that's one of my favorite sayings, keep it moving forward. 9, maintain a positive mindset. And my doctors tell me to this day because of my positive attitude and positive mindset, it's helped my recovery in a major way. And it hasn't been easy for sure, but keeping a positive mindset has kept me on the focus and the goal of getting better, of sharing my story, of helping others in the process if need be. So maintaining a positive attitude is definitely one of my muscles. And 10, set realistic goals for yourself. Now, I'm a big picture person, and so I see the big picture first. I have to remind myself that there are a whole bunch of little steps in between. I remember coming out of the hospital, I was telling one of my friends, oh, I can't wait. I'm going to finish my master's. I'm going to get my PhD. I'm going to start a business. All these grand things. And I couldn't even read or write yet. So definitely setting realistic goals can be transformative and motivational, because as soon as I did achieve something that I had set my mind to, I felt so much better about myself. And another little personal story, when I had to learn how to write a check, I was so excited. Of course, now everything is streaming, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. But just set those goals for yourself. And in conclusion, resilience and overcoming challenges, it's not a destination, it's a journey. It's part of your healing process. And I just encourage you to use these principles in your daily life. I pray that it helps you or someone that you know. And just remember that what you do today will fortify your spirit. And so if you'd love to share your story on the Stroke Diva Fabulous show, the link is below, but you can also send me an email at kamariarichmond@yahoo.com. And I want to thank you for the privilege of your time today in listening to my story. I pray that it gives some inspiration and some motivation, and the comeback is real. Thank you for listening. Peace and blessings.